Hey everyone, how are you? Hope you are well. So today we're going to talk about the midterm rental space. And so you're familiar with the midterm rental space, right? So what that is similar to Airbnb, but it's focused on particular group of people like medical professionals or insurance companies, and they stay in the property for 30 days or longer. So they're staying longer. So that's the main difference between Airbnb and midterm rentals. So if you're interested in getting into the midterm rental space, it's a good idea to get around people who are already doing it, getting around people who have the same interests that you do, so you can support each other and uplift each other, as opposed to being isolated and being around people who have no interest. You know what I mean? So, um, getting around people who are interested in what you're interested in. So you could do that by going to networking events. You could go to real estate meetup groups. And at the real estate meetup groups, they are usually landlords there. And you could start out doing what is called rental arbitrage. So it's just an option. You could either buy the property, but rental arbitrage is an easier way to get started because that is you're renting out the place and then you're subletting it. So rental arbitrage, when you get around these landlords, you go up to them and you say, "Hey, I like to rent out your place and sublet it." No, I'm just playing. You don't say that to them. So you tell them, the landlord, you say that you're starting a short-term rental business, you're connecting with agencies, and this will involve people like medical professionals or insurance companies, and you would like to know if they would be interested in um, allowing you to rent their place out, and you're going to use it as a short term rental business. So, most landlords will be open to this because they really don't care, because it's going to be your name that's on the lease. So, as long as they're getting that rent, like, you're the one that is responsible. So, but you will have some people who are not interested in it, some people who are interested in it. So, this will be a test for you on whether or not you have the courage to talk to them in the first place, right? So, it's all about just walking up to strangers and talking to them. How do you feel about that? Are you okay with doing that? So, um, maybe the first one or two, you may not be comfortable, but if you keep doing it, eventually you'll get comfortable with it and you'll get your script together. So it's creating a script, and you say this same script to each landlord that you meet. So your level of comfort will increase more and more and more and more. And so basically, the landlord, you tell them that you're going to keep their property in good condition, um, that they could walk around the property whenever they get ready, and that you're going to be saving them money from turnovers. So, landlords, they don't like to have vacant properties at any time, because when your property is vacant, the landlord is actually the one that still has to pay that mortgage. So, for landlords want their property occupied at all times so that they can be getting the rent at all times. And so you're keeping their property occupied, and you're also saving them money from the turnover. Turnover meaning when one tenant leaves and then they have to go in and they have to repair any damages and, like, have the whole house repainted and get it ready for the next tenant. Well, all of that costs money, not only money, but time. So by allowing you to come in as your short-term rental business, you're saving the landlord money as well as time. So just explain that to them how you will be saving them money from turnovers. So some will be interested, and then some will not be interested. Landlords who are already familiar with the concept should be pretty open to it. But then there are some landlords who are not familiar with the concept. So some like to just stick to the same old traditions that they're used to. Say you have your Section 8 landlords. Section 8 landlords may just be comfortable being Section 8 landlords, sticking with traditions. So some will say yay, some will say no, nay. But the most important part is that you are um, getting up and speaking to the different landlords. You have your script together, say the same thing to each one, and then hand them your business card. And then they can think about it. And if they're interested, they can get in touch with you. So that is an easy way to be in a room full of landlords and you're giving your script to a room full of landlords. So that's a good way to get started because they're already there. Another way is Facebook groups. Now, Facebook may be a little shady, right? Because you don't really know who you're talking to on the other end of that computer. You could be talking to some psychopath on the other side of that computer, right? But the same holds true if you are looking at someone face to face. So, really, no guarantee, right? You have to use a lot of discernment on who you're talking to. But that is a way to get to landlords in the quickest, easiest, shorter time. Going to real estate meetup groups, um, or Facebook groups, landlord Facebook groups. And then you can search for them based on what particular county you're looking for, what particular city you're looking for, um, etc. And when it comes to the midterm rental space, you are going to have some money up front, but it's not the same amount of money you would need to buy a house. So it's less money than you would need to purchase a house, but you still have to have money. So this is not a good place if you are in a situation where you are, um, trying to support yourself. Because we're all in different situations, right? So in this situation, you would need about 10K to get started. You need the security deposit, the first month's rent, and then you need to furnish the place. So all of that is going to be about 10K. You're renting it out from the landlord and you are subletting it. So you do want to make sure that you have some reserves in place, um, just in case something doesn't go right with that tenant. So keeping like 3 to 6 months of reserves in place also. So this business, it does require some money, but not as much money as actually purchasing a house. And then just thinking of keeping in mind of some of the things that the landlord wants, what the landlord wants. Basically, you know what the landlord wants. The landlord wants money. They want to get paid every month, right? And the landlord wants their property taken care of. They want to make sure that their property is taken care of, that the tenant is not over there punching holes in the walls and um, stealing pipes out the ceiling and doing all kind of crazy stuff, right? They want to make sure that their property is safe and protected and well taken care of. So you can include that in your script. And then lastly, you want to make sure that you build relationships. So this one interaction with this one landlord, um, Try to make sure that it's not just a one-time interaction, but you're building a relationship because if they have other properties, you could eventually accumulate those other properties. So it's not just a one and done thing, but it's getting into the habit of building relationships and learning how to build relationships so that the business can scale. So it can scale without the one person, but you're just making it easier on yourself by building relationships with the people that you already have relationships with. Right? So this is a midterm rental space. If you are interested, this is how you get started. So if you like the channel, please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber, please hit the subscribe button and notification bell next to it so that you won't miss the episode. Also, please leave a comment and don't forget before you leave, you see this like button down here? I need you to press the like button before you leave. Also, the subscribe button. Do you see that button right here? I need you to press that button and the notification bell next to it. One more time, this like button right here. I need you to press this like button. All right, thank you for watching and have a good rest of your day.